The $10,000 per hour LTV framework.
All right, guys, welcome to this video. This is the last section of the vault. We've got our
Yo, how's it going?
partner of the fulfillment and sales, Jimmy, and he has an amazing strategy about upselling customers. Most of you guys have a gold mine sitting right on your Shopify store, and most of you guys do, email marketing, right? Uh, Retargeting ads to get money in and back, subscription based. But you just, the title of this video is 10K in 1 hour. And we have an amazing upsell strategy that I do not think a lot of e-commerce clients are using.
Well, let me tell you something, Adam. A lot of marketers are great marketers, but guess what they don't know?
Hmm,
Sales.
right.
And I'm gonna tell you something else that you mentioned that very few e-com stores do that, but I'm gonna tell you that no one does it. Do you know why? Because it's tough, it's hard, it needs time, and this is what people are not willing to do.
So, Jimmy, do you want to spit some game while you're on a flu?
Sure. We can
All right,
do that.
let's get it. Awesome. So let's discuss the strategy of how contacting customers and upselling them and actually making a lot of money within a short amount of period. So what is the kind of strategy that you used? And if you can elaborate on that, let's get to it.
Awesome. So we call it the RC. What does RC mean? RC means re-engagement calling campaign, RCC. All right. So once people buy from your website, you can do one of two things. You can either just tell them, okay, thank you for purchasing, or you can make more out of each customer, because this is one of the most important ways to grow your business, which is to increase the LTV of each customer. Okay, and this is something Hormozy promotes heavily, by the way, which is making more out of each customer. So you already paid for the customer once, okay? It's a simple ratio, which is LTV to CAC. CAC is the customer acquisition cost, LTV is the lifetime value. So in any business in the world, whether you're selling water or you're selling a beauty product or whatever the fuck you're selling, you should always increase the LTV and lower your CAC. And one of the ways of lowering your CAC is increasing the number of customers you get. Now, to increase the LTV and to upsell people, you can do multiple things. You can you can run retargeting campaigns, which is definitely something that might be helpful. You can run email sequences, or you can do what I'm just about to explain. So what we do is we get this list on Shopify, and by the way, this is like a semi-tutorial, okay? So make sure you have a pen and paper so you can take notes. Once you export the customer list on Shopify, there's a filter. You would want to know their name, their location, the product they purchased, when did they purchase it, okay? Because you can always build a bit of rapport on this certain location. It depends on where they are. After you do that, you set, excuse me, you set KPIs for like daily number of calls that your sales rep should be making. Now, after you call them,
Yeah,
so you have
proceed.
one purpose, which is to make a sale. To make a sale, you can do it the bad way or you can do it the good way. And the good way, which is what we do, is something literally no one does and no one knows how to do in the first place. So because we've burnt our fingers in that. When we first started, we were like, "Hey Adam, so you've purchased this. Would you like to order the new XYZ product?" Guess what that led to? It led to having sales resistance because we were like just any other sales rep trying to upsell them. What we did, conversely, is literally focus on the product and the business, where we were like, "Hey Adam, it's Jimmy from XYZ store. Do you have 2 minutes, or is it a bad time?" That's the opener. Do you have 2 minutes, or is it a bad time? Once I'm asking if they have 2 minutes, I'm getting consent that they actually have those 2 minutes, instead of them being in a meeting, driving, fucking their wife, or I don't know. So, or is it a bad time? I'm giving them room to say no. So that's the opener, and that's one of the most important things while hopping on that call. So that's step number one. Step number two, um, yeah, if you want, you can just show me the customers.
Yeah, so like I think everybody knows by now, but you can actually see the customers where they're located, and their phone number. So this is like indeed the phone number. Most of you guys have email just enabled to get customers, but in my opinion, you should have an email and a phone number for the strategy to work. So I'm just showing that we collect phone numbers as well. So yeah, go ahead.
Correct, correct. So following step one, what we do is we tell them, so Adam, you've purchased the XYZ product almost like 8 months ago. And in our company, we really, 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 really care about the customer experience. So this is why I'm calling you. So always, have you read the book for Simon Sinek, which is Start with Why?
I've heard of it, but I've never read it.
Yeah, it talks about human behavior and starting with why. So you should always start with why you're calling that person. So for everyone watching this, the reason why you're watching this, it's because you should be making more out of each customer. Anyway, we tell them why we're calling them. It's because we care about the customer experience and their satisfaction with our brand. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions if you don't mind about this product and your experience with it. If you don't mind. And when calling, even though they can't see you, once your facial expressions and body language determines your tone, and this is the only thing that they're gonna receive on the call. So to make them receive it in the way you want it to come across as, you should also act it. So if you don't mind, so that's how you diffuse the person with your tonality. Yeah, sure, I don't mind. Go ahead. Well, what's like what's the number one thing you hate about this product? I know, Adam, you're gonna be shocked. Like, why the fuck are we asking them what they hate?
Right.
It's like going to this end of the spectrum, being very open as a company, calling them that we know there's something that they're gonna hate. And even if we know they're not gonna hate anything, they're gonna name the the one thing they don't typically like. Got me?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so well, this pillow, I don't really like it. It's a bit puffy, or I don't know what. So, although our plan is to upsell them, before we upsell them, we get customer feedback. So this does not only get you one extra sale. This does not only make you more money out of each customer. This also primarily, which is a very, very, very important objective to have before starting this campaign, it's to get raw customer feedback.
So getting
Because
them to open up to get so you're getting like three you're shooting like three birds with one stone, right? Getting feedback, upselling, and probably getting feedback on the product to an action steps to change it.
exactly. So this also helps you with product development. You'd be surprised on how many customers hate your brand or don't really like the product. And this is not gonna make them refer other people. So this is why we get product feedback so we can develop this product even further. And if someone's not the most satisfied customer ever, well, pardon us, maybe this happened because XYZ. Maybe you didn't take it in the right way. We don't say it that way, but maybe it's because you weigh 100 kilos, and this pillow is made for children, for example. So, and then boom, you offer him something for free, then boom, he's satisfied. And you want to grow a customer base of satisfied people.
Okay.
So following that, um, okay, so great, great. Since you like it, this is literally what we always aim for. Give me an example for a product.
Let's say a simple case of a pillow.
Okay. Okay. So here, it's not typically a script or a framework as much as it's you being very smooth as a sales rep. Okay. So, Madame Shuraya, which means like, and what does your wife think about it? Is she stealing it from you at night? Boom.
Right. Right.
Oh, in fact, we have an offer for couples. Would you want me to elaborate on it? Boom. You don't tell him, well, this offer 50%. No, you ask him. He answers you, yes, please tell me more about it.
Right. Okay.
Okay? So you tell him about the offer. Then you tell him the price. And while calling, you can give discounts. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because once you're getting a sale on Shopify, you have like there's a cost of advertisements, the ad creatives, and the ad spend. On calls, you don't have this much spend, so this way you can give discounts as well.
Right. So what I'm thinking of it, and this in the vault we have a section for e-commerce offers, right? And so like we have a buy one get one free as an offer. We have the bundle offer. We have another offer which is like get a product with a complimentary gift. And so this is very useful for like customers, calling customers and actually giving them this offer to have a very high conversion rate on that call. And the best thing, like you didn't spend anything to get them to buy. Plus, like you're giving them a fucking great offer and a feedback and some action steps on product. Um, in your opinion, like what is the average duration of the call to get someone to buy? Uh, I don't know, a product worth of like $50 or $100 or like whatever.
It would be 3 to 7 minutes.
All right. So because as an e-commerce client, I kind of think of it as a scale, right? So I'm like, okay, I sell a product of like AOV, average order value, it's about $500. So it's worth me calling customers and actually selling them high ticket. But a lot of customers sell a lot of like cheap shit, like $20, $30, $40, 50, 90, right? 100 is like a high ticket for them. And so as a client, I'm kind of replacing myself in their position. So if it takes about like let's say 5 minutes to call each customer, what's the kind of conversion rate out of like calling 10 customers and following this, framework? Is it like the 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 they close?
It depends on the type of product and what industry you're in and how much would they use it, you know? And it depends it's more of a cross sell. It's not typically an upsell. So here
Mm,
it also depends on the variety of products you have and how complementary are they.
okay.
And even if it's a low ticket like $30, if you do the math, $30 would be um if you can make maybe 10 sales per day, which is a very, very, very reasonable number, 10 extra sales per day, that would be $300 extra. Like you just disregard every other dollar you were making and add to it 9 to 10K per month.
Well, right, and it took about an average of an hour to do that, right? So that's
Exactly.
yeah,
And
so
not
that
only that,
yeah.
you're also getting raw customer feedback. And okay, so this is basically everything we do. You have to be reporting what are the common objections so you can optimize the process throughout. However, I'm gonna give you one free gift because I'm just a chill guy, you know?
Right,
Yeah, I'm a very generous one indeed. So one thing we used to do as well, let's assume you open Shopify, you have 300 orders just being prepared for delivery today. What if I told you we can make them 400 orders?
right,
Boom! You paid for the customer. You paid for the sale. Why not make them 400?
right,
Sorted. So how do we do that? It's an upselling strategy. Although this is an upselling strategy and not a cross-sell. Okay? You can, wait, let me think of it in a way to deliver it in the most simple way possible. Okay. Once someone is ordering, sure, you can always pop up the product that they should purchase. However, it's not the most effective because people like this X button. They like clicking on, no, just fuck off, you know? People really like it. However, once they get a call, hey Adam, it's Jimmy from XYZ store. Um, you just purchased the ABC product and you pause. You're gonna be like, yeah, well, Adam, we're sitting in the factory right now, and I'd like to suggest something if you don't mind that. You're gonna be like, sure, sure, I don't mind. Like, what the fuck is going on? Just tell me. This is your natural behavior as a customer.
right.
Okay. Well, would it be a bad idea if we add a product at a discount, which is look here, the words you say are directly related to your product and your niche. Let's assume you have a beauty product, which is a facial serum. What if it has a really nice towel that's responsible for drying the face in a way that doesn't hurt the skin or whatever? Okay, so would this be a bad idea? Well, no, how much does it cost? Well, it costs $50. But since your order is today, I can get it done for 42. Should I pack it?
Wow. Okay. Okay. That's okay. I like this. So it's like using kind of a FOMO, right? Like urgency and like and
Urgency, which is very smooth. It's like it's as smooth as butter, you know?
so Jimmy, thank you so much.
You're most welcome, man.
This has been amazing. Any things to say? Last word?
Let's just get some bags. All I gotta say.
All right. Sorted.
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 Ten's only season.
Tanzania season.